Good afternoon, friends, and welcome. I'll be sharing live trades and results with you. We'll be evaluating how well these trades work out. We'll be benchmarking this against the S&P 500. I'm expecting to be outperforming it every month. Along the way, I'll also be sharing some lessons I've learned about investments, trading, and building wealth. And of course, the mandatory disclaimer. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It should not be interpreted as advice. And with that, let's get into it. I'm starting out a little differently today. I thought I'd just share some tips and advice that I've learned along the way. First of all, I don't think trading is a get-quick scheme. It's not going to be something where you're going to be immediately making huge sums of money. It will take some time and it's going to take some work. But the payoff, the view from the top, will be worth it. Trading can also be very time-consuming. I've spent thousands of hours learning and testing many systems and approaches. So my second thought is it's important to find some time away from whatever consumes you and find some balance for it in your life with things that you enjoy. I like being outside. Here are some pictures of a recent hike in South Mountain State Park in North Carolina. Getting some exercise and taking in the scenery is a great way for me to get some downtime and find my balance. So let's take a look back at the charts. As you might remember from our last sets of trades, our last exit was right here. And what we were trying to do, we had a nice run up over here. We made some money, pulled back, made a little bit of money, and exited here. And what we're always looking to do is try and get in at a better price. So we're really looking for some type of a pullback. Sometimes this happens, sometimes it doesn't. But let's take a look at what happened the next day. So here's a 5-minute chart of the S&P 500 the following day, which was the 25th of April. It started out just like any other day, but you can see it was a rolling downhill ride all the way down. I'm sort of pairing this with a waterfall at South Mountain because you can see the same thing happen. The water was just pouring all the way down here. And so let's take a look at our charts and see what Adam decided to do. I'm flipping over to our trading chart and you can see what that day did in terms of one bar. It was a pretty big red bar. Adam took a look at that and said, well, I think we got our price drop. Let's go ahead and make our entry. We can watch that live now. The order did go in. It did take a while to fill. I'll also point out that we didn't actually get the best price here that I was hoping to. I was trying to catch it at the end of the candle at the end of the day, but by the time the order went in, it was actually up a little bit off at the low of the day there, at the close of the day. So we'll go ahead and make that trade and take our entry here. So here's what the next 2 days looked like. After we made our entry, the following day, the market continued to drop. Now, of course, there's a big decision to be made here. Do we go ahead and exit or wait and see what happened? Adam decided to wait and luckily was rewarded the next day. You can see almost a full recovery on the last green candle there. Pretty significant gain in percentage, so about 3% from our entry. So Adam decided, let's go ahead and take our profits here. We're going to take an exit. We can watch that happen live now. And we will head over to the tracking charts to see how we're doing. All right, things are looking pretty good. That trade closed the 27th of April. The S&P closed at 412.42. The S&P year-to-date is pretty good. It's 7.84%. That's definitely pretty good performance for the first quarter. On that last trade, as you saw, was a pretty good gain. It was a 3% gain, and that takes our year-to-date up to 13, just a little over 13%. We are leading the market by just over 5%. Those are all good news. You can see our gap, luckily, is continuing to grow. Here, I mentioned that, the next couple of trades, this could fluctuate a little bit. When the market is falling, we'll be losing some money, but hopefully not as much as the S&P 500, our benchmark. But when the market's making some gains, if we're timing it properly, we're starting to see some good results. You can also take a look at over the last 3 years where we're at, the performance. We are definitely starting to get some gains here in this last year-to-date number. So these were really good trades. The last 3 trades were really good trades. It keeps me excited about continuing to trade, but I think everybody has to be balanced too. They're not all winners. And sometimes we're going to take a loss. We're just going to have to see what happens on the next trade. That's it for today. How do you think we're doing? Please comment below and let me know how this compares to other investments you've seen. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It should not be taken or interpreted as advice. Until next time.